To me, journalism is a passion, because even in high school and all that, I was in a journalism club. So it was something that was growing in me. My name is Njeri. I'm a religious sister of the Franciscan Sisters of the Immaculate Conception. I did my first profession in the year 2010 and my final profession in the year 2015. The congregation of the Franciscan Sisters started in 1847 in Glasgow, that is in Scotland. And we serve in the Diocese of Nakuru, the Diocese of Kericho, and the Diocese of Eldoret. When I came into the congregation and it was my time to go to school, my superior at that time asked me what I wanted to study. And I said communication. And it was kind of unique at that time because most of our sisters are nurses and teachers, even here in Kenya. I'm the first one to do communication in Kenya. So it was like, what will sister do with that communication? Is she going to teach? How is she going to serve? But deep down in my heart, I felt gifted in communication. So when my superiors allowed me at that time, I went to Tangaza University College and I did a BA in social communication, which I finished in 2016. After my graduation, I came to the Diocese of Nakuru, got a job as a communication coordinator. As a communication coordinator of the Catholic Diocese of Nakuru, my work is to support and to facilitate, to promote all communication activities, and to make sure any production is done up to standard, it's done professionally, according to the media ethics, according to a code of conduct as communicators and as journalists. So that is my core work. And also to make sure the departments, other departments in the diocese work together, collaborate together. And my other work is public relations, to ensure that each and everything that goes out of the diocese represents the image of the diocese, and not only the image, but the voice of the diocese and of the shepherd of the diocese, who is the bishop, and our clergy, the priests and religious, and the whole face of the diocese and the laity. I'm also in charge of the video production unit of the diocese, in charge of our social media platforms. This is our Facebook page, our Twitter account, and also our YouTube channel. I also coordinate the parish communication agents, who are lay people who help us in the communication apostolate of the diocese. And I'm in charge of Radio Amani and Radio Umoja. These are our two diocesan radios. And what inspired the diocese to start these radios? Number one is Radio Amani was started in 2007, 2008. And you remember at that time in the country, we had the post-election violence. And so the Diocese of Nakuru, through the shepherd at that time, felt that a radio would help to evangelize. But not only evangelize, but bring the people together, give the people a platform to preach peace and to live in peace and cohesion. And the radio has really lived this purpose, because we have programs where we go to parts of the diocese that are affected by clashes and do our programming. Sometimes from there, even with the elders, where you have round table sittings and they're able to give their voice and their opinions. We're also able to invite them to the studio, but also to shape our programmings towards that. Peace, building, cohesion, but also justice. Radio Umoja was started later in 2017 in Baringo. And the major challenges there were, of course, the clashes because of the pastoralist communities that we have living in that area. So through the radio, which is named Radio Umoja, which means unity, we are able again to preach peace and also unity, to educate our people about cattle rustling, about living peacefully, about agriculture, about what other activities can they do to be able to develop as a community. So those two have been the goals of our diocesan radios: peace, unity, justice, and just human development. I have grown in my capacity and in terms of training. First of all, starting from Tangaza, the degree that I got from there, and then on-job training, mostly by DW Academy, of which I'm now part of the alumni in Kenya, and also by the Media Council of Kenya, which I'm accredited as a journalist. And from other stakeholders, so many stakeholders have come along, training me in terms of leadership, in terms of emotional intelligence. This year I was just part of a team which was picked from Kenya to do a training with the University of Buffalo in US, and that was fully on leadership, global mindset, emotional intelligence. So bringing all that experiences and trainings that I've got, it has made my work easier. So I would want to see more religious sisters, of course, brothers, and the church involved more in the field of communication, believing in the ability of communication, even more sisters being trained in communication. Religious sisters are doing a lot, but most of the time it goes unnoticed. Their stories go untold. So I would want to hear the voice of the sisters being covered by the sisters even themselves, sisters communicators. I would want to appreciate the Catholic Diocese of Nakuru. Why? Because they believed in me and gave me an opportunity to work in the communication office. Because through the Diocese of Nakuru, I would say I've grown a lot as a person in the field of communication. To the Hilton Foundation, thank you for making this happen for us religious women in Kenya. We are grateful. The sharing that we had encouraged me as a religious woman who is a communicator. And from that I knew there is hope. There is hope for religious women who are communicators. There is more we can offer. And we want to ask the foundation, this is just a beginning, to continue supporting us so that in our own little way we are able to even do more for the religious women in Kenya, but also for the church in Kenya. Yeah, thank you.